Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a COVID 19 update Sunday, March 22nd, around midnight 2020. And before we start, we'll quick check the numbers. Total confirmed cases at 335,000, about to hit 336. U.S. has made it into the third position worldwide for the most confirmed cases, almost 5,000 over Spain. Now, these numbers are way underestimated. The total confirmed cases in the US is probably approaching 500,000, in my opinion. But there's just not enough test kits to go around, and we're waiting on it. Now, the most recent updates, New York City is now the epicenter of the global pandemic. New York City and its suburbs account for roughly 5% of the global cases, increasing rapidly. And the numbers are only being held back by the fact that test kits are not available, and only people that are in the emergency rooms and in hospitals now being tested. So there's that. So supplies are limited, as we said yesterday. Now, Dr. William Haseline, coronavirus pandemic could end in 3 ways, according to him. Now, we tend to agree with him, but the 3 ways are pretty simple. The coronavirus proves to be quite seasonal. And we will go over the data and how that is probably true, that this is partially true. The coronavirus is proving to be seasonal. That is correct. Through herd immunity, the underreporting of the numbers leads us, again, if this is actually a worldwide number, let's go over to WuFlu Live. The total number is 337,000. If that's actually 3 million, is the actual number of cases, or more like 33 million, or even 330 million, we're well on our way to herd immunity. So it's going to take some time, but that's also part of the problem. If a large portion of the population becomes immune to this virus, we're doing good. If it proves to be seasonal, we're also doing good. Also, development of a vaccine. Those that are dumb enough to take that will increase the chances of this being a herd immunity. We'll be doing good, but who knows what that means. Accelerated development of therapeutic drugs. We already know that in China, they have been using intravenous vitamin C therapies, and that are illegal in Canada and the US, so we won't be using those here. We also know they were using hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine and other protocols, including Z-Pak and even remdesivir. But because there is no studies in the US, the FDA will continue to kill people because of this lack of studies. So there's that. And we're totally beholden to these multinational corporations in our free country. So be aware of that as well. Now, as we wait for the markets to open Monday, it's not looking good, folks. They've already had multiple holds because the after hours trading fell below 5%. And now there is a slight recovery, but it is looking atrocious. At 18,000 points here, we're already down almost 10,000 since the high in just a few weeks. And if we hit 16.9 anytime soon, that will bring us back 6 or 7 years as far as market gains. Now, Trump outlines National Guard activations for New York, California, and Washington as fear mongers across the blogosphere are warning of martial law and other nonsense. Now, these conspiracy theories are being pushed by China and Russia. And if you're part of the problem, you know what you can do. But the National Guard is, let's just face it, they're the most untrained portion of our military. Yes, they've gone through basic training, but they're basically part-time workers. And they don't want any problems. Come on. And there will be problems, trust me. Senate GOP ramps up pressure on Democrats with Monday morning vote. Yeah, the GOP has a plan in place to pay everyone lots of money for the next 4 months, but the Democrats say no. No, we can't do that. We need our own rules. So, politics as usual. As the nation suffers, the politicians, I hope they all get this disease. That's what I hope. And Rand Paul is the first to get it, actually. Now, the coronavirus did not escape from a lab. Good news coming in today. Here's how we know. So, all the people that continue to perpetrate this lie, that do not look at the science, please unsubscribe to those channels. Stop listening to nonsense fearmongers like Cliff High and the other schmucks. The proximal origins of SARS-CoV-2 is now pretty much proven to not be a bioweapon. And you don't have to believe me. Read the paper. Now, the theories of SARS-CoV-2 origins have been anything from zoonotic to released from a lab during a bioweapons experiment to purposely released. But it is at this point today highly improbable that SARS-CoV-2 emerged through a lab manipulation of a related SARS-CoV-like coronavirus using CRISPR or any other method, as noted above. The RBD of SARS-CoV-2 is optimized for binding to human ACE2 receptors. And Paul Cottrell and I talked about this as early as 2 months ago. Okay, and this paper is just coming out with an efficient solution different from those previously predicted. Furthermore, if genetic manipulation had been performed, it'd be obvious. One of the several reverse genetic systems available for beta coronaviruses would probably have been used. This is the base set to actually genetically modify the coronavirus. It would have been used in this case. However, the genetic data irrefutably, and let me just reiterate this, irrefutably show, that means without refute, that SARS-CoV-2 is not derived from any previous virus. So in the several months that we've had to study this genome, it has been shown that SARS-CoV-2 is not derived from any previously used virus, meaning they know the data set of the viruses in these labs, and there is no base set from the laboratory versions. So there is no backbone. Instead, this paper is proposing 2 scenarios can explain the COVID-19 virus, and that is natural selection in animal hosts before zoonotic transfer, meaning, yeah, they ate the bat soup, and that's what happened. And it's just as likely that that happened. But 2, natural selection of humans following zoonotic transfer. So someone ate the bat soup, and then the virus changed in the body. So probably not a bioweapon, and all those people profiting on that fear and that nonsense should be held accountable, especially if they don't change their tune, because there is no evidence now that this escaped from a lab based on genetic analysis. I know a lot of you hate me because it's not exactly what you